Hey yarn friends, it's me Kayla, and on this video I want to show you the garter stitch. The garter stitch is 2 rows together. So basically what you do for the garter stitch is you E-wrap 1 row all the way around. Sorry for the squeaky chair. So row 1 of the garter stitch you would E-wrap all the way around. Oops. So, okay, once you get the last peg done, I go ahead and hook my last stitch there in place so that it's there. Okay, so for the garter stitch, you do a row of E-wrap and a row of purl. E-wrap, purl. Ever how many, it might say, 6 rows for garter. So you're going to do E-wrap, purl, E-wrap, purl, E-wrap, purl. That would give 6 rows for the garter stitch. Now what I like to do when I'm doing the garter stitch, just because it seems to make it go a little bit faster for me, is when I have it to this point where I'm going to E-wrap, I E-wrap, say 4 or 5, and then I'm going to chase it with my purl. The next row would be purl, so I just go ahead while I'm here and do my purl stitches, because this would be considered row 2, even though I'm not quite finished with row 1. So that's my last peg, and then I'm going to go back to my E-wraps and just bring those bottom loops over, and I just do that for a few more, and then I'm going to come back to my working yarn. So I'm actually doing peg row 1 and row 2 at the same time. So I'm kind of chasing my E-wraps with my purls. And when I get to the end, I will have 2 rows completed instead of 1. Or you can go ahead and do the whole row E-wrap and then do a whole row of purls. It's the same thing. So I'm back to my E-wraps, and so I'm just going to bring the bottom loops over and free up some pegs. And then I'm going to chase that, the empty pegs, with my purls. And this would complete a row for the garter stitch. I hope that's easy to explain. The garter stitch is a row of E-wraps and then a row of purl and then a row of E-wrap and a row of purl. So what I'm doing in this, just to make it go a little quicker, maybe quicker in my mind, I'm not sure, I'm just chasing my row 1 with row 2. So this is my row 1. And then I'm going to chase that with my row 2. And now I'm on my last peg, and that means I've completed 2 rows at the same time. I did a row of E-wrap and chased it with a row of purl. So that is one complete set row for the garter stitch. And to continue the garter stitch, you would just continue doing E-wrap and purls for an even number of times, like say 6 times. And if you were going to make a brim of a hat in the garter stitch, that's what you would do. Just E-wrap, purl, E-wrap, purl, E-wrap, purl. Forever how long you wanted your brim. If you want it an inch, inch and a half, or 2 inches, that's for you to decide. But this is just a little quicker way of doing it. So you're doing 2 rows at one time. So that was the garter stitch.